Welcome back to the channel. Today we got our best of buyer's guide, whatever fancy title I want to call it. You guys really enjoyed the videos last year when I brought Aaron back. We kind of went over our favorite rods, reels, line, baits of 2024. Now we're doing it again in 2025. So today's video will be rods, reels, and our line. And this could be, well, Aaron pretty much rocks 2 series now. So his more his favorite models of the series. And then I got 5 different rods. So let's get into the rods. First one up, so if you guys watched last year was all Dobbins. This year there's 0 Dobbins here. So I didn't really have a budget cheap rod this year. So I went with my crappie stick. So this is the ACC crappie stick. I looked up today, these are $80. And this is the 7'6" model. It's 2-piece rod, so it's really nice. You can break it down, put in your rod locker. But overall for $80, it's a pretty solid crappie rod. No complaints, microwave guide, so it makes it easier for casting, even on those windy days. Don't get all that wind knots. And I think it's like a 20-ton blank or something. But split grip, it's not the big wind grip version, it's just a split cork. So it keeps the weight down. But overall, for a crappie rod, pretty solid. But when you guys are seeing this video, we just missed Tackle Warehouse's 15% off sale, but Hamilton has 20, so all the rods Aaron will pretty much be talking about, you can get, most of mine you can get over at Hamilton, including that crappie rod. So anything you see here will be linked under Hamilton Bait, and if any other sales we see, we will link them below as well. But next rod up, it's a newer rod this year, and that is the Cashin Element Z2. Disclaimer, the only 2 rods I really enjoyed so far this year is the crankbait rod and the jerkbait rod. The crankbait rod is a 7-foot medium heavy. It's probably the most pool noodly non-glass rod I've ever seen in my entire life. But you can cast everything with it, and once you set the hook, it loads to the handle, so you don't lose a lot of fish. The jerkbait rod, this is a 6'9" medium extra fast. It's been really good for those 97 size. The best thing about Cashin is all their blanks are rolled in-house in North Carolina, and all the rods are made in North Carolina. So overall, for the price at $130, especially with all the rod prices going up, pretty good standout at a $130 price point for a pretty solid rod. Next is another new rod. I think they've been around less than 5 years.
Yeah, definitely.
And this is the Level, and this is specifically the NGX model. I picked it up middle of the year, and honestly, it's been a really pretty happy rod overall. They use Toro blanks, so it's a 30-40 blend, mainly 30, and they blend the other 40. And if I don't know if the camera can pick it up, but it's X-wrapped from the butt end all the way to the tip. So what that does is make the rod stronger and makes it stiffer, so it technically makes it a little more sensitive because it's a little bit faster than a traditional medium heavy fast. The reel handle is all carbon fiber, and you can touch the blank wherever and anywhere you want. The cool thing about them that I thought was pretty cool is I don't care if it's EVA or cork. Someone likes cork, so if you wanted the EVA version, this is what this is, it's $170. If you want the cork version, it's $200. I always thought it was just companies should do that, have an EVA and cork, because not everyone wants cork, but then you have a bunch of models that you have to find a spot for. So I think it's really cool they do that, but I think overall it's a really solid rod. Forgot to say, this is a 5-year warranty. The Cashin's a 3-year warranty on the rod, but for the money, really solid at $170 price point. The model I have is the 7.2 medium heavy fast. Pretty much done everything with it, and I have ordered 2 more NGXs plus the cork rod. So next rod up, which is hilarious for me to talk about because I was so against it for so long in life, and finally got it. So another Cashin, this time is the Icon BFS. And wow, what a lot of fun. I mean, what a blast on the water. I have 2 models, 7-foot light, and my favorite of the 2, the 7.2 medium light. 7.2 medium light is so fun. Any of your top hooks, jigs, Texas rigs, Ned rigs, you can throw it on that. It's so much fun. But I got into this year, the BFS stuff. I'm not really deep diving. I've been using a lot of my normal bass stuff, but it's just fun. If you just want to go out and have fun, a lot of us forget about that. Just try to have fun. We're too worried about trying to catch the biggest fish of our lives or win that big tournament. And some people just forget to go out and just have fun. And BFS does it. If I remember right, I think the icons come with lifetime warranties. But same thing as the other cash-in, bro, blanks are in-house, and all the epoxy is their design and all that. So
what does that one retail for? Because I don't even know. Isn't that like a 270 rod?
249.
Okay.
I think they're 249. They're like Dobbins. When you buy a 7-foot medium heavy, it's a different price than our 710. And I think they start at like 229. And I think when you go all the way up to their like 7-foot 10s, they're like 279. If I remember, I think the BFS is like 239, 249. It's available at Hamilton. That rod's in stock, so you can use that 20% code right now and get it for 20% off. So really cheap for what they are. The last one, which you're going to hear a bunch from Aaron, but I have one, is the Shimano X-Pride. This is the 7.2 medium, which sadly is discontinued. They make it still in the Zodia series, but don't make it in the X-Pride series, probably because they have a 7.2 medium light, and that's sold way more than the medium. But it's a 7.2 medium mod fast. But you guys saw this year, we had that big shaky worm day. This is the combo I threw. And in the summertime, a couple of tournaments, I was throwing jigs on this, ball heads, football jigs. It's a really good rod. It is softer, of course, but I went braid the leader, and it made up all the world. First off, it makes the rod, but Matt and Tim talk all the time, going braid the leader on this thing is absolutely ridiculous. It just increases the sensitivity. So insane. These are the new Bs. So they have the monocoque, which, I forget all the technical nerds, but it's pretty much a big carbon fiber, so it increases sensitivity on your elbow when you feel the bite. But sadly, they did have a price increase, and now they're this one's $349.
That's insane.
I still think they're worth it. It's just hard to swallow $349 every time you buy one, but I still think they're worth the price. Matt and Tim just talked about again in their video last week. They're still worth the money. It's just, it's insane to spend that much on a rod. But 7.2 medium, that is just kind of my do-all, the Nessie rod. But that was mainly my shaky worm rod, mainly. Next year I'll probably throw top wire on it because how soft it is. But overall, just very good for that finessey stuff. So
I kind of want to piggyback off that one. Like you said, I have the Zodia 7.2 medium. It's a mod. That one's a mod fast.
Mod
too.
fast, yep.
Yeah. They're both mod fast, and I was throwing straight 12-pound fluorocarbon, and I was missing fish. So naturally, I switched over to braiding now. I love it. It's a great rod.
So good, so good.
That said, I did not bring it because I completely forgot that rod existed. But sorry.
But I got it. I got it, don't worry.
Yeah, let's start with mine. So like Logan said, I mainly use X-Prize and Zodius rods. I do have one Curado that I'll talk about because I really do think is a standout. So instead of like, I don't know, trying to just going over and telling you how good the Zodius or an X-Prize is, I actually picked out specific models that I use a lot and that I actually catch fish on all the time. So the first one is a 7-foot medium glass rod, medium moderate. Awesome rod. I bought it for square bills, but it seems to do everything up to like 8 foot. This is a DT8, I think. But yeah, it is. So this is a DT8 and still throws it perfectly fine. We'll talk about reels in the next video, but I do have a very lightweight spool in this MGL. So I can bomb these half-ounce lures, and yeah, it's a great rod. I wasn't expecting it to be as good when I bought it, but it turns out it's an awesome rod and it was a great purchase. Hamilton Bait, I did get that from Hamilton Bait. They might have some, maybe not. I don't know, but with, like Logan said, the prices did go up. That one's $350, but with their 20% off right now, it takes it back down to what X-Prize originally were.
Probably around there.
It's like $289. So, you know, I guess if you want to, it's a deal, I guess, in the times that we live in now.
It's still a deal. We're talking about reels in this video.
Oh, okay. We're talking about reels after this, I guess. Next rod, 7.3 extra heavy Shimano Curado. This is my frogging rod. Right now, obviously, I have a reel on it with some 20-pound fluoro. I was just using this to throw like a finesse Alabama rig, so that's why this is on here. But 9 trips out of 10, I'll have Curado 200 XG on this with a heavy-duty braid. And this, so everybody talks about the X Pride, the 7.3 extra heavy X Pride. This is basically the same exact rod, just not as pretty. So I don't know. I got this off at Tackle Warehouse hoping that it would be the same exact rod, and it's awesome. It's got that extra heavy, I guess, what do you call it? Extra heavy backbone, maybe?
Yeah, backbone.
It's got a great backbone. Swamp Lords. I mainly throw the Swamp Lord on this, and it is an awesome rod for that. It's so much fun. And it's like a fraction of the price of the X Pride. So I don't know, I never hear people talk about the Corrado line, and especially the 7.3 extra heavy, but it's basically the same thing as the X Pride, and I think it's definitely worth the money.
Pity back. When it says extra heavy, it's not like a real extra heavy. It's still got that soft tip. So he can still turn around and skip that thing underneath a tree. And it's not like a broomstick. But when he swings, it's all power. So when he sets into it and he hooks in, if we got lucky, like a 7-pounder and a piece of wood, that 7-pounder is coming out. Like it has enough power, but he's got the tip. Even on a 1/2 ounce, 5/8 frog, he can skip it a mile.
And something else I want to touch on. The handle is not huge. Like 7.3 extra heavy, you think big flipping stick, big old handle, but no, it's got a short handle. It's really easy to walk a frog with.
Real awesome.
I love this rod, and those went up in price too. They're like $220, $240,
$230,
whatever they are. Get them on sale. Because
wait.
please.
So that's we'll make sure we verify that again. We buy stuff on sale.
Yeah, no.
I don't remember the last time I paid retail for a rod or reel. I always wait. You can wait for a sale. You don't need a new rod or reel that bad. Unless you broke one or you have a tournament coming up and you have to have that specific model for that tournament. But wait for sales. Like I said, I bought those new level rods. They're having a 20% off sale. Hamilton's got 20% on most of this stuff. If it's not in stock, just reach out to Hamilton. Reach out to Ben or Taylor. They'll get an order for you guys. But always wait for a sale. Or go on Facebook Marketplace. I've been buying so much shelf Marketplace lately.
I prefer to buy from Hamilton Bait. But the next rod, 7.2 medium light X Pride in the spinning model. I have caught, you can attest to this, I've caught so many fish on this rod.
Good.
The cork is falling apart on it. I don't know if you can see that or not, but the cork is falling out. Yeah. I was throwing a finesse, a 1/8 ounce tube on this all summer long, drilling it. And it's so much fun to catch fish on this rod. If I was only going to pick one spinning rod to have for like the rest of my life, it would be this. I'm so glad I spent the money because we got these on sale at one of the fishing shows for like $200.
Yeah.
And it's the best $200, best $200 rod I've ever got.
Pre-bought. I'm pretty sure all your Shimano is before the price when they.
Yeah.
It's like he knew the price was going up. He just bought everything up.
I switched to Shimano at the right time. But
Fuck yeah, you did.
no, this is like serious. Like it's so light. I was throwing a little 3/16 jerkbait today for smallmouth. It's such a blast to fish with this. One of the lakes by our house is full of smallmouth, so I use this out there all the time. But it's been very, very good to me.
So good, rod.
All right. This one, you guys haven't even seen the video yet, but when you see us,
They might have by now. I haven't decided. I haven't decided on posting this weekend. You might have seen it. If you did, I'll have it linked below. But if not, then it's coming up.
So your boy, we hit the river, and we did pretty well.
I didn't do shit. I was that boy. Oh, my bad.
We had fun, but
High-risk
this
shit.
rod is what I caught
The
all
entire
of the
day.
keepers on. Yeah, I think I caught one fish on a spinnerbait, but everything else was on this rod. This is a 610 medium mod fast Zodius. Jerkbait rod, obviously I got a jerkbait tied onto it now, but what I was doing that day, I was throwing a 3/16 with a chigger crawl, and I was just flipping it around wood, and it's so much fun. This rod is so sensitive that you could feel them bite. It's great. I don't even remember where I got it from. I might have got it used. I did get it used from ALF.
I say rest in peace.
Yeah, they're gone.
As if not, a Bass Pro, one or two.
I think I paid like $150 for it, and it's one of the rods. I'm so happy I bought it because I bought it just for a jerkbait rod to use during the spring. But it turns out it's great for other things. And flipping that little 3/16 ounce chigger crawl with this 10-pound line, smallmouth go crazy for it, and apparently river largemouth go crazy for it.
Heck yeah, they did.
All right, last but not least, another thing I was throwing all summer. I tried a little bit today, didn't have fun. By the way, I look like an idiot because I've been on the water all day, and I came straight here from the lake. So I was trying this today. It it didn't work, but the water's pretty cold. But 7-foot medium fast Zodius. I know a lot of people are weird with what they scope with, the rod they scope with. This is, to me, the perfect 3/16 ounce scoping rod. I guess a little spoiler, all I throw is the little mooch minnow when I'm scoping, and it's a blast. I mean, this rod, it's stiffer because it's a Zodius. It's not as parabolic as an X-Pride. Man, I'm struggling with that.
Good thing the power is
Zodius are not as parabolic as X-Pride, so it does have a stiffer tip, but it makes it a lot easier to go through and scope with this. Again, I've caught a ton of fish over the summer on this, and it's been good to me. So 7-foot medium fast Zodius. Yeah. Those are my top 5 models and whatever, rods.
things. But so that's our rods. Like I said, I definitely left out rods, but I try and keep it down to 5. I mean, I could definitely have gone on.
What'd you leave out? Give them one more.
The dial-up, the Tutula.
Yeah, that thing's sick. And you can tell them your story about getting replaced.
They heard about that one. So they heard about that. So now, from per Aaron, so this is 6th rod. I got this from Hamilton beginning of the year before the Daiwa price increase. Shout out to Ben. Appreciate it, bud. But this is a Daiwa Tutula AGS. So the cool thing about them is all the guides are carbon fiber, which you guys, if you've seen the videos, you know I've already broke it. But overall, so it's based off the Daiwa, normal Daiwa Tutula blank. I forget the actual, all that information. But it's a 7'3" medium extra fast, and it's literally labeled as a shaky head, small swim bait drop shot. If I remember, I think it's the Randy Howell edition, but absolutely awesome. So I've converted the same thing to strolling with the medium. I tried a medium light all year, went back to medium, and I prefer a medium as well. But this is 7'3", not a 7-footer. But this has done everything. Took my buddy Kevin out, and I caught a 3-pounder on a wacky rig on this. It was a drop shot rod. It's been a tube rod. You guys just saw me lose a decent tube fish a couple weeks ago on this. But overall, it's an absolutely incredible. So you guys did not see when I was fishing Caesars Creek, big wave hit, and I stomped on the carbon fiber guide, and surprisingly, my fat ass broke it. Cannot believe it. But I will give credit. I mean, I know it's under a year, but I literally reached out to Daiwa, was like, hey, I broke it. I sent in a form. About 2 weeks later, they sent me a brand new rod and a rod sleeve. So I got both. So shout out to Daiwa for, like, I'm assuming at this point they just know that this is going to happen with the carbon fiber guides, because how much more sensitive they make the rod. These went up as well. These are now $330.
How much were they before?
300, I think.
Oh, that's not
But
bad.
I paid under 200 for it because I bought it right before the sale, right before they went up in price, and Ben was trying to get some of his inventory out, and I got it for a really good steal of a price. But they're awesome. The guides are awesome. They make the rod so much sensitive. You just got to be careful, which I am now. I haven't broke it since. But it's an awesome rod. So next is reels. Aaron's got some Daiwa reels. My casting is mainly Shimano. I do have non-Shimano spinning reels, so I'm gonna try to do the same thing, kind of go from the cheapest up. But so let's get into it. My favorite reel at this time period is the SLX 70 MGL-A, the new gen. A lot of my reels have them. So it's a 70 size reel, so it's smaller, lighter, smaller spool, less energy. But to me, 70 size, when you put 12 pound, I can bomb it as far as I want, and I'm still not hitting the bottom of the spool. They're just incredible. Windy day, non-windy day, it doesn't matter. That bait is going across the lake. And overall, I just haven't had any issues at all. I do have one of the old versions. Aaron has one, but he'll talk about it. But I have one of the old versions as well, and I'm still rocking it. And that has MGL2. This has got MGL 3 or 4, whatever one they're on now. It's got silent tune, which is a little bushing on the spool, helps it from vibrating so much. But they are just so good. I mean, I'll be talking about another MGL, but they're just for the money, and now $162. It's kind of hard to beat. The only thing I would probably go with on that lower end is the SLX XT. I would have put it in the video, but I didn't really use it that much. But for me, so far, I've used that one. To me, that's more on the power side. If you want to flip, frog, buzzbait, that's better. But that's just good for anything lighter. I've cranked on them. I've done everything with an SLX 70. I think for $162, they're so good anymore.
I do, yeah. I have a couple of XTs and they're great. I wouldn't go like regular SLX because I've had those in the past. And I like the XT just feels like so much better of a reel.
Well, they got the SVS braking system, which we're all known for on the Corrados and all that. But except that, I mean, I don't know what it is. But outside of that, the new XTs A's, the new ones, are really good.
Oh, do I even have any of the new ones? I might have the old ones. I don't know. Anyway,
Old and new are good.
He went with his cheapest reel, so I'm going to go with my most expensive.
Worth it.
Vanford. I have 3 of these now. I have 3 spinning reels and I have 3 Vanfords.
Pre-Shimano price increase.
As far,
Damn.
I got these back when they were $250. Luckily, Hamilton Bait and Tackle, they do a trade-in program, so I was able to trade in a bunch of stuff. So I didn't pay nearly the $250 retail price, but I have 3 of them now, and it's like I don't know. I can't. Every time I pick up a different spinning reel, it feels just like cheap and plasticky to me. I've gotten so used to Vanfords. Like it's like a bougie taste kind of thing, but they really are such good spinning reels. And the drag, I mean, like I said earlier, we're fighting smallmouth all the time at our local lake. Like you need a good drag to fight a big smallmouth. And this, as far as I know, for the money, this is the best drag system you can get. I know you love Daiwa stuff, but me being a Shimano guy, Vanford, like you can't go wrong. I know they're expensive as hell. I think they're like $300.
They're $300 now. They're worth it though. They're so good.
You can get them 20% off now, so you can get them back down around that $250 price. But I really do think they're worth it. And I'm not somebody that likes to go and spend thousands of dollars on gear or G Loomis or anything, but I really do think the Vanford is worth the price.
We for so long we thought the Maraville was so perfect, and he's like, "I'm gonna get a Vanford." And neither one of us own Miravilles anymore.
All right,
so
I'm gonna talk about that because you brought it up. I bought one of these, and so I just had one, and then I had 2 Vanfords on my other rods. And when I would use this and go back to the Vanford to use it for whatever else, it just felt cheap,
it's just so
plasticky.
It's just so much.
It's crazy how much better this is.
It's a different story.
I mean, if you can get one, I very much encourage you to get one. I encourage you to get one.
I'm getting one.
Okay.
It's not here yet, but I'm getting one. Next reel, of course, like I said, most of my casting reels at this point are Shimano, but next, to pair up to your Cash-In Icon BFS reel, you need a BFS reel. And to me, for the money, the Corrado BFS is the best. I understand the l.omeara's better, but you're paying double the money. I think these are now $209, $219, somewhere around there, but they're just so perfect. It's that Corrado feel. If you have a Corrado 70, SLX 70, it's the same palmable feel, just with a little baby spool, but it slings a bait. I mean, this is 7-pound fluoro, and I still have not lost a fish. It's so much fun. Pull in, you swing, that drag system. I would say I wish the drag was a little bit better, but it is a bait caster at the end of the day. So I've gotten kind of good at knowing what drag to set it at, swing, set the hook, and then turn it down a little bit, let the fish fight. But you guys have seen, I mean, not much more else to say. I mean, it's a Corrado at the end of the day, but that BFS reel is, Matt Allen talked about it. When that reel came to the States, it's what created this giant BFS craze that everyone's a part of. That reel started it all. So to me, I rock 7-pound fluoro on it, and I don't break fish off. And I mean, I've hooked in some decent mid 2-pound or 3-pound smallmouth, and they pull and jump like they're losing their minds. So overall, for BFS, that's the one I'll go with. I wouldn't go with the l.omeara's, also because they're $440.
No.
So for the price, I think it's the best bang for the buck for BFS.
All right, I'm gonna switch it up. I'm actually gonna talk about this one because I looked today. And Hamilton Bait and Tackle has this one, the old gen, on sale.
Correct.
So it's already on sale. You can get another 20% off of it.
If they're still available.
I believe. If they're still available. But Tatula 200, Tatula's been around forever. It's not new. I love this 200. Like I said, I was throwing little Alabama rigs on it. When frogging season comes back around, I will take this off, put it on my swim bait rod, and use this as like my swim bait, bigger Alabama rig stuff. But Tatula 200 TWS, I'm just now getting into like better Daiwa reels. I've always been Shimano reels, but I love this reel. I've had it for a while. I've put it through the ringer for the last 2 years, and it's been pretty good to me. So if you can find this for like, I think they're like 120 bucks with the sale.
Yeah.
It's an awesome reel. Awesome price for that.
So my last casting reel, it's another Shimano. I thought about changing it up and do something different, but to me it was, at the end of the day, it's like, what am I throwing the most? What am I enjoying the most? And another one of those is another 70, but this is the Corrado version. Sadly, once again, price increases. This thing is $275 now.
What is it?
For a Corrado
MGL?
MGL 70. 70 part. I think it's outrageous at $275. It's not worth it. It does not have all the new MGL spools in it. It still has the 2, but I use it a ton and I love it. It's so good. It feels like an SLX, but better quality, better built. It's such a awesome reel. I've had this thing forever now. Shout out ALF, rest in peace. But I got it used for like 120 a couple years ago, and it's been a absolute workhorse since then. Last year it was on a Champion 733, and I probably caught 1,000 fish on it last year, and I've caught a bunch more this year. Side note, this does have upgraded bearings. This has bearings from Speed Spool, the XCRs, the spool tension, and the cast control bearings are upgraded. So that is probably why I like it a little bit more, but this thing will skip a dock a mile away and also cast a mile. So it's honestly incredible. I think at $275, I don't think they're worth it as much now. They used to be like $240, especially with the new 150 out with all the new technology in it being like $229. I would probably recommend the 150, but if you find a Corrado 70 on sale for like $200, I would snatch it. It's just a better feeling, better built SLX version, and that's kind of what a Corrado is over an SLX. But for the price, yeah, they should have some in stock. They had a couple used ones for a while. They kind of came in through like 170. So Hamilton will get some on sale, or used ones, but yeah, if they have them, they should have some in stock. That's a HG. Yeah, that's an HG.
All right. Like Logan talked about, he has, I guess, Gen 3 MGL. I don't know. I don't know anything about it.
I think it's 3 or 4. Well, it's the newest one. That's old gen.
Well, SLX MGL, again, I got this on sale at Hamilton Bait when they were kind of going out of style and they were coming out with the new ones. Yep. As a guy who is not really big into like technology or anything about casting reels, like I know very little about it, but to me, this has been cast great. Like I said, this is a 1/2 ounce DT6 or a DT8, and it takes no effort to just sail this thing.
Zero.
Like I said, throwing that on this little crankbait rod, it's just fun. This is a 6 gear ratio, so it's not like too fast. I don't feel like I'm overpowering the fish, but to have that little 70 size spool, if you can find like an old gen, I don't know. I got this like spring, so I don't know if you can still find them, but if you can, great reel. I know I paid like $112 or something like that. So for that price, you can't go wrong. I don't know what the new ones are.
162.
Okay, so with the discount, you'll get around that 140 price, and I really think the MGLs are worth it for like that 140, 150.
Yeah, I still have an old gen. It's on my cash and crankbait rod, wherever that thing's laying at. But I use that normal cash and element that you saw me throw all year. It has an old gen SLX. It's not a new gen, because the new gens don't come out with a 6-speed. Only a 7 and 8.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
So that's why I stuck with the old gen. It's bare bones, no upgrades, and that thing it's rocking. It's really, really good. I got 2 spinning reels. Once again, we were talking about the Daiwa, but then we got the Daiwa Tatula spinning reel. Paired it up with the Daiwa rod, all matchy. And these, for whatever reason, did not go up in price when everything else did. These are still at $200. And once again, I did everything with it. It's a 3000, it's a little bit bigger. It's got the bigger power handle. It balanced out the rod a little bit better at being a 3000 size reel, but I just have no complaints. I mean, I caught fish on it all year. I never thought I was like in a disadvantage because of my reel. To me, this is one of it's such a perfect combo. But that reel is overall just really cool, good. I know they switched to bodies to like an MQ or something, and some people said they're not as good as the old version. I haven't had a problem with it all year. The only thing I will say is Daiwa's X-Braid. I don't like it. I don't think it's worth $25 a spool or whatever. The line I won't recommend. I would go back to Suffix, but the reel as hand, I just did everything with it. Once again, like the rod, I just done so much with it, and just it was there. It worked every time.
Hamilton Bait has a Tatula spinning reel on sale. I don't know if it's that one though.
It's the old ballistic.
Okay, they're like 180.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good price.
Yeah, but they do have the new Tatulas in stock. They have the new ballistics in stock, and they have the new Daiwa reel that's like $600. So it's up to you when you price change. But for $200, I think it's a really solid, really good reel.
So this is my last one, I think. I'm still diving into the world of Daiwa. So I've been using Shimano a lot ever since I had a boat, started fishing seriously. This I just got like 2 weeks ago. You might have to help me. This is a Daiwa Tatula
SV70.
70 TWS.
That's a T-wing, but yeah.
SVTW70. Yeah, 7-gear ratio. So this thing by far and away it's the best feeling casting reel I own. It wasn't cheap. It was like $220 or something like that. It was not cheap, but
I think they went up a little bit. I think they're like 230, 240 now.
That sucks.
Yeah. But they're fine. I love them. They're good.
I mean, it's insane. Like this, I don't know. It feels like the Vanford is in a whole nother world when it comes to how it feels as a spinning reel. This is the same way. Like it's in a whole nother. It just. I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. I have Corrados. I have all these different reels, and this thing just feels so much. It feels like it's built better.
Well, it's one piece. So aluminum frame and side plate. Our SLX's Corrados are aluminum frame, graphite side plate. I have a 6-speed and 7-speed of it. Actually, I still have 7-speed, but I have a 6-speed. SV is their version of MGL. Mm-hmm. So at 70 size frame, it's got DigiGears, which is an upgraded gearing system, so the gears make the reel feel smoother. They're just
it's insane.
Daiwa did a good job.
I don't know anything about reels. Obviously, he knows why it feels so good.
It's so good.
But as an idiot who has a bunch of fishing reels, this thing feels amazing. So and I was throwing a little 3/16 ounce shad wrap today, and I mean, dude, I was slinging this thing on this little whippy rod. I mean, it's so much fun. I want more. They're stupid expensive, so I'm not going to get more. But if I won the lottery, I'd have a whole arsenal of these things. It's insane how I don't know. It just feels so much better quality than all these plastic Shimano or even this plastic Tatula reel. It just feels way better.
Last reel, which is an Arbo Garcia, which is insane to me to think, but for
amen, brother.
I will give Arbo credit. I hated Gen 4 reels. The Gen 5 Revos past the X, once you get to SX, and the spinning reels are pretty solid. These are now $329. It was last year's Hamilton's Christmas sale, and I looked it up, I paid $186 for it. So for $186, the Zenith X is really good. It's like carbon fiber on carbon fiber on carbon fiber. So it's super light. Drag system's awesome. This was my strolling rod, but this thing, I've done everything with it. And it's mainly this unicorn rod has been like an underspin swim bait rod, but it's just so good. It's so light for what it is. It's a 3000, but it bombs. That's the one thing I'll give Arbo on the Revo SX and the Zenith. I feel like they cast so far for a spinning reel. I don't know if it was just my line setup that day or the way I cast, but it feels like I can cast it so much farther than other spinning reels. But I'd say for the Zenith X, I wouldn't pay $329 because now we're going back to that, spending $300 for a reel. But if Hamilton runs these again on sale, and you can get them for $200, $220, I would probably snag another one up. I mean, honestly, for the price point, they are really, really good. I have had zero issues with this thing. And every week I go out, I try to find something to throw on this rod just because I love the reel so much. And as a guy who really never liked Arvo, the new Gen 5s have been really, really nice. The SX casting reel, I had 2 of the XS spinning reels, and I just was trying to downsize, so I got rid of them. But they're both are really, really good for the price point. I think the SXs are like $170, and this is $320. But if you find it on sale, I would definitely recommend it. If you find it on sale,
That's more than a Vanford.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But if you find it on sale, definitely recommend. $329 for a reel is ridiculous, but if you can find it on sale, I would highly recommend. It has been a really good workhorse, and it will be back in the lineup again next year, either on that rod or something else.
Too bad it's Abu Garcia.
That's the only thing I'm telling you. Argo finally built a good reel. It took them all these years, and they finally built one. Actually, no, that's a lie. I used to like, I think it was like Gen 2 or Gen 3. My grandpa had MGXs, and they're these big, they're such a big reel. But we used to throw those all the time as kids, and I loved them. But that new Revo ZNFX is awesome. But last part of this video, we're going to just do line, and it's just kind of going over what line we threw the year. Like I said, I kind of kept it more simple. I really just have one braid, and then I usually run a certain fluoro, but this year I tried another fluoro, and for the price you pay for that fluoro, I think it's really good. So Aaron's playing around, but the braid that I use, and I have all trust in, is Suffix 832. It might not be the best braid on market, but it's confidence. If I take 10-pound braid and I want to tie a 10-pound Albright knot to it, I know how many wraps, I know how to pull it, I know the tension I need to pull it, and how to wet it. It's just confidence. I know what braid, strength, what line, I know how many wraps to do it, and I know my knot's not failing. And I had a bunch of knot issues, and I kept switching brands, Suffix, all these different brands, Sunline. I went back to 832. I don't have no knot problems anymore. So I think it's more of a confidence thing. And I do know there's probably better braids out. I do understand that. I use other braids. But confidence wise, and you can literally get this from anywhere. Hamilton, Bass Pro, they make them 1,000 spools, 100-yard spools, 10-pound to 100-pound, I think now. So you literally can get it any size you want and every color. They have a pink camo now too. But for braid, that's pretty much I throw on my frog rod. I do 50 because we do 65. We found out last year it sinks. If you do 50, it doesn't sink. So it stays on top of the water. But except that, I use everything from 10 to 30. But really good.
Learn that the hard way. Anyway,
why are you losing fish when your line just keeps sinking in the water, Logan?
Now, so I told Logan I only use one kind of braid, but I was just looking at my rods and I realized that's a lie. I use, I guess, 2 different kinds of braids. I love this Berkeley X5. I don't even know how much it is. I think it's kind of cheap, isn't it?
13 bucks?
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty cheap. And this stuff is really good.
It's always on sale. Like Suffix.
Yeah, and this is 15-pound. I have 15-pound Power Pro on my scoping rod. And I don't like the thicker Power Pro lines because it just, I feel like it deteriorates pretty quick. Like the dye loses, it starts to fray.
Quick.
But I've been throwing the Berkeley stuff now, so I really like that. And it's a pretty good price too. And then the next line that I'm throwing is like anything 10 and under, Power Pro. Red specifically. I love that I can see this line. The fish don't seem to care that the line's red. 'Cause I got a ton of fish on this rod. But like 10-pound or less Power Pro, I don't really have any issues with. It's usually just like the 12 and up, the 15-pound stuff. I'm looking at it right now. It looks like crap. But the red Power Pro, I love that stuff for smallmouth fishing. It just, you can see the bites. I don't know if it's in my head, but you can see the bites with the red line, and even if you don't feel it. Yeah, it's confidence. The red stuff is awesome, but if you're not going with that, and if you're scoping, I love the X5.
So fluoro. I lied. I turned around and I noticed more stuff. But the main fluorocarbon is this Bass Pro XPS. The only reason I bought it is during the year, the spring classic sale, and all throughout the year, I was able to get 440-yard spools. I think the 17 cost me $28 and the 12-pound cost me $23 for 440 yards. You would think it's probably shit fluoro. It's actually pretty solid fluoro. It lasts. I put stuff on in April and I was pulling it off in October to re-spool. So it lasts pretty much the whole year. So I think for the price, it's pretty solid fluoro. I would not be upset to get it again. That being said, if I had the choice It's Sunlight Sniper. It's my favorite fluoro ever made. The nice thing is, and the whole reason I bought that is Hamilton didn't have these in stock, and literally a week later they had all these 660 spools in stock. But Hamilton carries these 660s in stock. This is what I usually bought. It came in this little spot. You had your line holder, so I can leave this in the boat and just spool my pole up, snap back in place. My leader material was FC Sniper. And I think 660 yard spools, I think they're like $68, $75, which is definitely more expensive than the XPS. But it's so good. Watch any tactical bassin video, they use Sniper. And it's a reason. It is some of the best fluoro on the market. And I've used everything from 6 to 20. And I just never had any issues.
And it's worth noting, as you guys are watching this video, Hamilton Bait has 20% off site-wide. Line is 25. So Line is 25% off right now, which I'm going there Friday, by the way. Friday I'm going to stock up on this stuff. This stuff is like $9.99 retail. This is the Cigar Basics. This is all the fluoro I use. He hates it. I love it.
Dude, I can't. I just... a topic. Leader material, I never had an issue. When I spool it to my poles, backlash. The braid sucks. But when I use his spinning rod on that white bass video you guys saw in the beginning of the year, he had it on his Dobbins Champion as a leader material, and I was bow flipping with 6 pound. Never had an issue all day long. I bought it, spooled it on my pole, issues. So leader material, I highly recommend. Not leader material, don't recommend.
I've never had any issues anywhere with it.
And that's why we're doing these videos, so you can see one person's views, the other person's views.
I mean, like, right now you can get them from Hamilton Bait for like $7.50 a spool for fluorocarbon.
Cheap.
That is
so cheap.
The price on this varies depending on where you go. Like, I've seen it for like $12 at Walmart or whatever. But
still
for like
cheap.
$7-8 a Hamilton Bait right now, you cannot go wrong with this.
So
and
cheap.
it's literally all I use. Like
And
that 10-pound stuff, that 10-pound fluoro that we came in second on this river tournament. That stuff did not fail me all day. And I'm catching like largemouth on little 10-pound line on a little medium action rod. It's awesome. This stuff, it works. And it holds up, at least in my opinion. So
it's all preference. I hate with it. But then I was going to leave this out, but I forgot. So all my cranking rods this year, I switched to K9 fluoro. It's copolymer. Fluoro, I thought the same thing was fluorocarbon, but it's copolymer. So it's like P-lines, line, but overall it holds up really well and it's cheap. 550 yard spool is $17.
what is it?
Fluoro, copolymer. So
That's misleading.
that's what I thought. I thought the same thing, but it's copolymer. It's like P-line. It's got a fluorocarbon coating on it, so it makes it a little bit more abrasive resistant. Same thing P-line does, but it's really cheap. I use it on my cranking rods, and I would go for a long time without swapping it out. And if I swap it out, it's cheap. It's not that expensive to re-spool it. The only con on it is like on that white bass crank day you guys saw. By the end of the day, my line was stretched. It was so unhappy after that day, so I had to re-spool after that day. But I had cranking rods. I put 12 on, and it literally was. I left the 12-pound on all year. I didn't even re-spool it at the end of the year. It holds. It does not get memory really quick, but it is spongy like a mono. But it sinks like fluoro. It's that copolymer type. So if you're looking for a cranking line or a jackhammer line, because I use 12 and 17, and actually the A-rig rod. You guys will see more of those A-rig videos coming up, including PB video that has 17 of this line. So it just gives me that little bit of shock absorbent, especially on throwing an A-rig on a 7'10" rod. That little bit of shock absorbing, which I do think it helped me catch that smallmouth you guys you'll see coming up. But for cheap line, for cranking wise, I recommend. But overall, that's it for this video for our rods, reels, and line video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let us know. There's a certain, well, Aaron's dial. So is there any dial or Shimano models you want Aaron to try? Let us know in the comment section. I'll make sure I let him know you guys told him. But like I said, I picked up 2 more levels. I plan on picking up another Cash and Element and the newest release swim bait rod. So definitely be more casting rods and level rods in the arsenal for next year. But yeah, if you have any questions at all, let us know. Aaron kind of talked about it a couple times already. Anything that's available at Hamilton will be linked. I might just do the Hamilton page. But if there's any of the models we talked about in stock at this time, I will have them linked below. and the baits in line, linked in, all the line, blah, 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 blah. All that would be specifically linked. If it's not available, just the whole website. But they're also doing JDM boxes right now. So it's like a bunch of their JDM stuff. Hamlin's a big JDM supporting company. So a lot of JDM, they got a BFS box right now. So I'll link to everything down there. I hate that stuff. Aaron loves it. I hate it. But so yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Tomorrow's video will be our baits. Be a lot shorter. It's only baits tomorrow. And then following day will be storage. And then I forget what the fourth video will be. I think it'll be accessories video. But hope you guys enjoy these videos. Let us know if you have any comments or any questions. But until then, like to support the businesses, support me. All their contact information will be in the description. But until then, please like, comment, subscribe, and we'll talk to you soon.
Bye.